Greetings, students. Professor Gomes here. I just thought I'd take an opportunity to create this video to give you some heads up on what you can expect from our summer course, Math-158, Introductory Statistics. Hello, students. Welcome to the course. I'm excited to work with you this term to assist you in achieving your educational goals. I truly look forward to our class and getting to know each of you online. One of the reasons I love teaching this particular course is the real-world applications we can share. Please go through all the web pages to familiarize yourself on how we'll operate. You'll see that your textbook is free. Please contact me as soon as you have any challenges so we can work together to best meet your needs. So initially, when you log in fact, I'm recording this on Wednesday, the 14th. Our course doesn't start until 13 more days. And what I'm going to do is I'll send out an email and there'll be a link to this YouTube video, but I won't probably send it out probably about a week before the course starts, maybe 10 days. All right, so like I say, initially you'll come to this page. Once the course begins, you'll be presented with the learning modules, and I'll talk about that in a moment. All right, course overview. There's a link to the PDF of the course syllabus. Pretty much everything that's contained in the syllabus is on this particular page. Chances are the majority of you have already taken a Canvas course in the past, but if not, here's a link to a Student Canvas Beginner's Guide. Take a look at that. Course description. Course provides basic introduction to stats. Recommended for students in business, social science, human services, allied health, criminal justice. Pretty much any course these days, any major in Massasoit. Statistics is required. Prerequisites, a waiver by placement testing or departmental approval. How the course is set up. Teaching procedure. Homework will be assigned and posted on Canvas each Tuesday and Friday. Our course runs for 10 weeks, so it's a little faster than a traditional 14 or 15 week course. Super important right here. Folks often ask me, they've had other courses where they had to upload homework. Homework is not collected nor graded, and the reason for that is all of your homework assignments are multiple choice, and I give you the answers, so I can't very well correct my own answers. All right, so please, if you're listening to this, please be aware or reading this. Homework is not collected nor graded. I always get emails, where do I upload the homework? And I have to reiterate, please read this. It's multiple choice. I will conduct a non-mandatory office hour meeting at 11 o'clock on Friday. Finding the ultimate time to hold this non-mandatory office hour meeting is difficult with people's schedules, so pretty much 11 o'clock is the time. All right, it's non-mandatory, and there's a link. And what we normally do when people do log in, it's a matter of answering questions and going over some of the homework that they have questions with. Now, what I would do, if you've got a question, you can reach me via email. There's a spot where you can post something to the discussion board. Please don't let it simmer. If you got a question, or if you can't log into the Zoom meeting, which I record, here again, I will send you the link for those of you that are not available on Fridays. But email me. Once again, the book is free. It's an open resource. You can view it online. You can download a PDF. If you have an iBook, you can download it. The best way is to view it online. I don't specifically assign readings, but they're there for additional help, all right? Viewing the PDF version of the book online. Now, this is super important. A TI-84 graphing calculator is required for the course. I say 84 or newer. All assessments will assume that you have a graphing calculator. Notice graphing. And specifically, the course is based on a Texas Instrument. TI, Texas Instrument. The good news is you don't have to run off to Amazon or Best Buy to buy one for $120. You can rent it for $20 from the college, all right? And the rental lasts all the semester. Here's how it works. You make an appointment. You click on this link here. You make an appointment with the library at the Brockton campus. All right, you make an appointment. You stop by. You pick up your calculator. They will bill your account the $20. All right. If you need to keep it for the fall semester, please let them know. It's a $20 fee applied to your student bill. All right. You don't have to have the $20 in cash when you go there. Assignments, class assignments posted once again on Tuesdays and Fridays. I post voiceovers to the course PowerPoints and the solutions for the homework. Folks, I've got so many resources for you available, but the idea is you've got to log on to take advantage of the resources. Questions you have concerning the homework will be answered via personal email, our Zoom meetings, or you can post questions on the discussion board. Once again, I reiterate, not collecting nor grading the homework. There'll be a total of 4 exams. The dates I will announce. All right, I don't surprise you. I will post those dates way in advance of the first one. And by the time we get into the first module, I'll have all the dates for the remaining 3 other courses. Grading policy, this is right out of the Master Associate Handbook. What constitutes an A, a B, and so forth. Academic dishonesty, all right, include cheating, falsification of information, plagiarism, purchasing or submitting assignments from others. Please don't get involved in this because it's not a good thing if it comes to light that you were participating in some cheating. Canvas login policy, students expected to log in a Canvas several times a week. It's your responsibility to complete the assignments. You're not uploading them to me, but obviously to do the homework. Learning outcomes, here again out of the catalog, they're all listed here. Course content, things that we'll be covering. Now this is also super important to go along with getting a calculator, a TI, Texas Instrument. If you have an IEP, all right, individual education plan, please contact the disability office, all right? They will in turn send me a copy of your accommodation letter. Normally what it does, it enables you, if you have an IEP, it enables you to receive extra time to do the exams. But I don't know about this until you contact them, and they in turn, woman's name is Andrea Henry. She's actually one of the managers at the disability office. All right, she will in turn send me a copy of your accommodation letter, and I will adjust the time you have to take the exams. Now, this is, of course, if you have an IEP, if you had one in the past, or you're in the process of getting one. All right, super important. This link here is just a link to a etiquette statement, how we operate online. We're cordial to one another. Not that you'll be interacting with other students, but how you interact with me and how I interact with you. All right, so there it is. You take a look at I would download this hard copy of the syllabus, but pretty much everything is contained in this page. Now, if I go back, when you first log in, all right, first before the course begins, you'll be presented with this I call it a splash page. All right, and I want you to click on Learning Modules. Once the course begins, this is where you'll start, right at this page. And what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go into what's called Student View. All right. Now, the first thing people ask me is, I don't see all of the modules. Well, notice what I do. My mouse, if I place it over this gray area, it turns into a hand. If I click it, that closes up. If I want to open it up, I can either click on this little arrow or click anywhere in the gray area. Opening marks video, this is where once this video is recorded and I upload it to YouTube, I'll post a link to it right here. You'll actually see it embedded in this page. What are some of the pages here? Getting started with Canvas. Here again, I would assume, maybe incorrectly, that the majority of you, if not all of you, have taken a course in Canvas before. Student tools and resources. There's a PDF guide. There's videos here about how to operate in Canvas. If you're having any issues, Here's the direct number to the help desk. All right, there's their extension. And let me see, let me go back here. Actually, I want to go to modules. All right, getting started. There's another link here to the calculator rental and how you go about making an appointment. There's the link. All right, please don't sleep on this. There's a lot of courses online, and I mean, a lot of these, especially the stats courses, require TI-84, so you want to make sure that you rent one way in advance, at least, I'd say a week in advance. If you don't return it, obviously they're going to charge you $120, so I'd make sure you return it. PowerPoints, if you don't have Microsoft Office on your laptop or your desktop, here's a link where you can download Office 365 for free. By virtue of being a student in Massachusetts, you're able to download and install Office on your machine. So it's great for the PowerPoints and the Words and not necessarily Excel or Access, but obviously for Word and for PowerPoint. Next page, being successful. I can do that later. I want you to be successful. Each week you'll have chapter homework to complete. Temptation to think in-person activities are more urgent than your homework. Problem is, your online assignments pile up and you fall behind. Follow the weekly schedule. Stay on top of your assignments. I recommend logging in a minimum of 3 times a week. Use the Canvas calendar to create alerts on your phone. I'm not too sure about that. The course syllabus is on the left here again. I would download a hard copy of that. Time commitment, it may vary from week to week, but obviously the more time and energy you spend in the course, the better you're going to do. I'll tell you, I can look behind the scenes. I can tell the last time you've logged in. It records the total amount of time you've spent in Canvas, so I kind of know what's going on if you're not logging in. Canvas mail, you get a hold of me this semester. You can contact me through Canvas Mail. All right, right here it says inbox. You have my email address, or you can email me out of your own personal account. I respond within 24 hours. Usually, I log in every day to check my email. In fact, I log in several times a day to check my email. So, if you get a hold of me, I will get back to you with a response. A couple of great videos here. This one here is about grit, and take the time to watch this. What this young lady speaks about here is, in this TED Talk, is it's not always the smartest person who does the best in the course. It's the person who's grittiest. All right, takes the time, digs in. If they're having issues, they spend more time. They reach out to the professor, ask questions. Being gritty. Denzel Washington. All right, great video here, motivational video. He's speaking at a graduation commencement, and he just talks about how we began as an actor. He failed so many times to get any parts, but he persevered and he kept on going to auditions and found, he ended up being one of the most popular actors in the country. The big dream. Canvas quick links here again, notifications, setting up notifications, student guide, table of contents, viewing your grades right here. Using Canvas on your mobile device. On mobile devices, Canvas is designed to be used within the Canvas mobile application. Be aware, not all features are supported, right? So if you're using a phone, it's not the best. A laptop or a desktop is the best way to take these courses. I'm just wondering, with a phone, there's a lot of applications that are not supported with a mobile device like a phone, all right? Laptop, tablet, desktop would be preferable. Updating your Canvas profile if you want to. Viewing your grades. Well, I just did that a minute ago. Let me go back to the modules here, and I need to go back to setting this up as viewing it as a student. Alright, textbook and resources. Here again, the textbook is free, and here's a link to download. Or view it online, excuse me. Alright, or you can download the entire book as a PDF. Additional resources, Khan Academy, YouTube. You know, we'll talk about the TI-84. Alright, there's got to be hundreds of videos on using the TI-84. But in the course itself, I present you with all sorts of videos on how to use your TI if you're not familiar with it. Alright, give you an idea. Well, first of all, this is where you would, you know, they call it exams, but in Canvas, to access your exams, it's right here. It's called quizzes. Alright, and I'll explain this practice exam once the course begins. But that's where you'll see the exams posted. Okay, let me go back here. You'll have readings here again. Oh, sorry, these are the assignments, excuse me. And I've got one the first Tuesday followed by the Friday. Let me give you an idea of what these assignments look like. Alright, usually starts out with a video, okay? In fact, I'm going to leave the student view. I don't want to see this at the bottom here, alright? Starts with a video. I call this guy Big Al. Alright, there's a link to it. It's a Vimeo video. And then I've got here's the actual link to the PowerPoint that you can download. Then I have Google Slides of the PowerPoint. Alright, if you don't wish to download the actual version. Then I've got a voiceover of me going through the PowerPoint. A voiceover. It acts as if we were in class. Alright, a face-to-face class, and I was going through the PowerPoint in class. This is a voiceover video of me going through this particular first PowerPoint. Alright, then we move on to section 1-2, another video. We go to the next page, which is the Friday. Here again, now I'm asking you to complete a homework assignment, section 1-1 and 1-2. There's a link to the PowerPoint for 1-2. There is your homework assignment. Alright, it's a PDF. This is for you to download. I've got here again, of Google Slides of section 1-2. There's a voiceover of the PowerPoint for 1-2. And this is what I think really, really important. I have a voiceover of me actually going through the homework assignment. But obviously you don't want to watch this before you actually do the homework assignment, alright? But there's a video as if we were in class and you came in and we were going through the homework. Here's the voiceover of me going through the problems. Alright, then we're pushing off to 2-1. There's a video and there's a PowerPoint and so forth. And pretty much that's the way it operates all the way through the course. Alright, let me just show you something else for resources that I have for you. In fact, I want to go back to student view because you have too many things that you're seeing all at once. Let me close this up. Alright, I have a link to all the PowerPoint solutions, all the PDF solutions for all the sections from 1-1 all the way down to 7-3. What else do I have for you? I got all those are the PDF solution. I got all of the course videos, all the course homework voiceovers. These are all videos that I recorded on my YouTube channel. There they all are, all for the entire course. What else do we have here? All the course PowerPoints. There's a link there, all the course videos. And the only thing I didn't publish here, if I leave the student view, there's actually a link here. All the course PowerPoints. And I've got to post one more thing, and that's a link to all of the homeworks. Even though they're included in each of the sections, I will post another section. You can see we go into chapter 4. chapters 5 and 6 and 7, things that you don't see. Here's where I'll post the Zoom meetings. If you don't have a chance to log in, I'll post them all there so that you can watch at your leisure. Alright, is that one link? So pretty much that's kind of an overview of what you want to do is when you log in, you'll only see this prior to the course starting. Alright, you'll only see this. In fact, course begins the 27th. Alright, so when you first log in, you'll go to our home page, the splash page, so to speak. Once the course begins on the 27th, you can see this prior to that, but this is where you'll log into. My suggestion is to go through all of these and familiarize yourself. Definitely get to the set a time up to rent your calculator, and then we'll move on from there. You know what I'm going to do is, instead of rolling these out day by day, I'm going to publish all the assignments from chapters 1, 2, and 3 in one shot. Reason being, you may have more time on a Friday or a weekend to do things than you do during the course of the week. So all this stuff will be posted for you. You can see, once again, I've got all sorts of links here. I got this TI-84 guide, calculator guide, but once again, YouTube's got so many videos. Alright, I know I've said a lot there, but please take advantage of all the resources that I have for you. I look forward to working with you this coming semester. Take care.